Alright, what's up Transformers fans? Tonight I'm taking a look at the Craftsman Toys Nosecone. I forgot what the third party name for him is and I don't care. It's Nosecone either way. So here he is. This is a pretty cool little figure. I cannot wait to get the rest of these guys. Obviously, they're going to do all 5 of the technobots, and guys, this dude is cool. Like, I am thoroughly impressed with him. So I've got him in his robot mode because he comes in robot mode. So we're going to go through transformations. And this is a Legends class, core class, whatever you want to call it, scale figure. So we're going to do some really fast size comparisons. Let's see. So here's Legacy Metal Hawk. So as you can see, Nosecone is significantly smaller. It's a Legends class figure. Here is one of the Scout class figures from Energon. So he's about Scout class size, roughly. Not too big, not too small. About the same size as the Lio Kaiser guys, if you have one of those. So not bad at all. And he does have a leg mode, which we're going to get into in a little bit. But first, let's talk about some accessories. So we've got these guns. So it comes like this, plastic. This will fold up for vehicle mode. So we're going to do that. Here's his little pistol, which I think is pretty cool. It's very reminiscent of his G1 counterpart. Really cool. We've got this little accessory that he comes with. This is obviously going to be the foot that we're going to put him in later, but I love how they make it a little battle platform, and that's pretty cool, man. I love that. Now you can use whichever gun you want, this one, the other one, or even this one, and you can use these and put both of those in his hands if you want to. So I'm actually going to do that for now. That's a little battle pod. It doesn't roll or anything, but it does have some transformation sequence to it. So this folds back, this folds out, this folds down. And there is a rocker there. There's a toe tilt down, a little bit up. Other than that, it will all be when we plug him into it, which will be here in a little while. Sorry, stuff's sticking to me. Anyways, all right, so let's go through articulation real fast. So his head is on a ball joint, and we've got a great bit of motion. Lot down, lot up, side to side. Looking confused, like, why am I here? What are we doing? What? All right, so the shoulders can go up to there. They do have 360 rotation. We've got an over 90 at the elbow, so really cool. These little shoulder pads can move out of your way. We do have an upper bicep swivel, and we do have a wrist swivel. So the guy is chock full of articulation. So we've got a waist swivel, no ab crunch though, but it's mostly because of his transformation features, but we'll get into that. But he does have a waist swivel. So we do have, I believe these are ball jointed. They might be universal, come to think of it. Let's look at this. I think that's actually universal. You usually get ball joints with characters or figures this small, but that's a universal joint. Go team. All right. It's back to there, up to there, all the way out to the side. We've got upper thigh swivel. We've got a knee that can go right here for 90 if you want it, but it also has another double joint because of transformation, so you can get to there. So plenty of articulation in the legs, and these little hip flaps move out of your way for the legs, as you've seen. So then we're going to talk about the ankle rocker. Now there's a toe rocker that's kind of part of the transformation, so you can do that if you want. And he's also got an actual ankle tilt. So plenty of articulation, plenty of movement for your poses and whatnot. Very cool. All right. One more thing before we get into transformation in vehicle mode. He's got this big screw on the back, which you can actually take off and do this and take it off like this, and you can bring it around here and you can put it on his hand and he can drill somebody's face. That's a bit violent, but he can drill with his hand. All right, so there we go. So there's that. I believe that's everything we need to talk about in his robot mode. I think so. We talked about everything. Yep. Okay. So let's get this guy transformed up. Now there's a lot of moving pieces, but the transformation really isn't that difficult. First thing you want to do is that pulls out, spins around like this. Then we're going to push it back down. Then this will flip over like so. You're going to rotate at the bicep like this. And then this is going to come down like this, and we will peg this. It's got a little tab right there. They'll go into there, and we're going to peg everything together. All right, and it is supposed to have that little bit of slit there, so don't worry about that. So there's one arm. Now it is on a shelf. I think that's what you call that right there. So it will need to come forward. Let's do the same thing on the other arm. Round like this. Like this. Let's spin that bicep, bring it back up, plug it in, tab everything in, bring it forward. Okay, we're done there. Now with this guy, we need to move this out of the way because all this is going to flip around. This is going to come out like this. That's going to open up like so. Then we're going to open up like so. Now that is clear plastic, which looks like it's pretty solid, but you know, just be careful. It's clear plastic. I don't trust clear plastic. Be careful. All right, so we got all that out of the way. Let's fold this. I believe what we're going to have to do is that right there, turn his head around, and then move it like so. It's where this little thing is in the front. See what I'm doing there? All right, and it'll click into place, and it'll look like this. Now, you'll bring this down. It will tab right there. Do the same thing on the other side. Swing that around, and boom, there's the front. And we're going to leave this up for now because now we got to do the legs. All right, so for the legs, we want to take advantage of this ankle rocker thing here. And we're going to need to move that out of the way. And this will pop open like this, open up like this. Then we're actually going to fold it back up. We're going to come over here. There's going to be a little tab right there on his foot. See? And then what you're going to do is fold it out like this, fold it up like that, spin the toe around like this. Okay. And then we're going to take advantage of that double knee, like so. This will plug into this. All right, are my fingers out of the way? I hope they are. It'll plug into there. And this will plug into the back right here. There'll be a tab that will come down. And it should all plug in together. Like so. And then we'll talk about this here in a little bit. But that's that. That's the arm. Okay, now let's do the same thing on the other side. We'll get it out of the way a little bit slower here. So open this up. Open that up. Fold that down. Bring this out. Open that up. Close it back. Bring that to there. And then around. And you'll feel it tab into place like that. It's not too hard to get in there. And then of course the legs will snap together. And we'll push that arm into there. Turn this around. So. And there's going to be a little bitty small tab on that orange part that's going to peg down into there. So this part moves a lot, but it has to move a lot. And we'll talk about why here in a little bit. All right, now peg right into there. And then you can come around to the back and either leave that or open it up. He's got these little jet things that come out, and you can fashion them however you wish. Like so. And there you go. Rolls pretty well. Now, I talked about the cannons in vehicle mode earlier, so there's some tabs right here. It's going to tab into these slots. So it's going to go, this one's a little bit difficult for me. This part is a little bit difficult for me. These things don't really like to tab onto there so well. That one went okay. And then, of course, push the handle down and find the grooves and tab that little joker in there. Like so. All right. And we've got a spinning turret. We've got, he rolls pretty well. He rolls pretty well. It's on the paper, so it's not great, but he rolls pretty well, so. There he is in his little vehicle mode. I think that's really pretty cool. His little drill tank thing, whatever you want to call it. Got the blasters right there. There he is from the back with the little turbines. There he is from the bottom. Cleans up fairly well. Decently enough, anyway. And then that little part. All right. And then, unfortunately, there's not a storage space for this little guy anywhere. But that's okay. Because, like I said, you can put it right there. And, obviously, to finish this off, we're going to go to foot mode. So, or leg mode, whatever. So let's get this out of the way. And what we're going to want to do here is untab. I think you can get the feet out of the way. That cockpit's going to need to untab. There it goes. You got to finagle it a little bit, but you got to untab that. And then you'll actually flip it all the way around like I'm doing here. You will come down to the crotch piece. This will actually open up. You'll be able to get everything to where you're looking about like so. You'll need to move that out of the way. Actually, I think I need to move his head around like this. I keep going way over here. I'm sorry. All right. Over here, like this. Yeah, okay. So there, and there. And then, I don't think you have to do that part, but I actually think you might need to keep this out of the way. So something like this. Just where the head is facing in the chest, this piece is facing out. I think that'll probably peg into the leg piece that comes with a scatter shot. This will be open like that. And then on this part here, you want to turn it around, do that. You can just move the feet however you want. I kind of choose to do this. And then bring that down, and the drill will rest like this. All right, then for the feet, let's get these out of the way. And it'll be this little slot here, where your legs tabbed together. They will slot in right here. Right there, that little gray piece. So they'll slot in like that. This part will come in and tab in that opening created by the crotch. Like so. This piece will be like that. And there will be your leg mode. So there's that. It moves the foot, obviously very tight. Toe tilt down, toe tilt up like we talked about. There he is in leg mode. I have no idea how tall this thing's going to be because I don't have scatter shot just yet. I think he's the next set with, the next set is a scatter shot and afterburner. Afterburner was always my favorite technobot, but Computron was always my favorite combiner. Computron and Abominus, they were always really cool. I had those as kids, so they're kind of sentimental to me. But there you go, guys. There is Craftsman Toys Nosecone. Really looking forward to the rest of this set. Cannot wait. Really want to do this. No idea how big he's going to be, but looks pretty decent size for a Legend class combiner. Alright, guys. Well, hope you had a great day today. Hope you have an even better night. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.